Hey educators, it is Miss Alexis, known as Preschool Educator, and today I will be covering some of the most asked questions that I have been receiving in my emails, DMs. A lot of people wanted to know what is the difference between a TCC versus a CDA in early childhood education. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay it straight out, all real, and everything that I know so far. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so number one, so I would like to clarify this. So before we get into any details, I have never been enrolled in a TCC program, but I have known other co-workers who have received theirs, so it may vary depending on your program, but let's go ahead and break it down. So a TCC stands for Technical Certificate of Credit. So with this program, it's kind of sort of like a college coursework program. So it's kind of like a entry level of a associate's degree. So I'm going to get into more in depth with that. But with the TCC, you can do the same thing with a CDA. You can be a lead teacher, even if you want to be a preschool teacher or infant teacher or toddler lead teacher. You can also be a childcare director, a family childcare owner, all of those different types of fields that you can go ahead and go into, but it's based upon the early childhood sector. You can also be a teacher assistant in a paraprofessional, but depending on your state, you'll still need to take the para exam. I cannot pronounce paraprofessional, but you will need to take the paraprofessional examination before you get into the requirements of your state. I know in Georgia I had to take the paraprofessional exam, got it, boom, let's go. Only thing I needed to do was apply at a local school system, and boom, I have it. Now, number two, so I also want to cover the length of time of receiving a TCC and a CDA. So with a CDA, it only lasts for 3 years, okay? So it expires in 3 years. I have not gone through the renewal process. I will later on this year, so I will be doing a updated video of that as well. So you will need to renew your CDA credential every 3 years. Now, if you are seeking a TCC, you do not have to renew your credential at all. Now, you'll probably have to renew your professional development from your job requirements and your state requirements, but besides that, you do not need to renew your TCC. Now, number three, so you're probably like, why I don't have to renew my TCC, but with a CDA, I have to. So with a TCC, it's kind of like a intro-level associate program, like I mentioned before. So you have to submit coursework. It's like you going into a college program, literally. So usually it's available in a community college that is nearby you or something of the sort. So you'll have to attend classes. You have to submit coursework. So it's like you going into a college program. So usually that is like a semester program, okay? Now I will be getting to the length of, which one is longer and faster, but it's like you going to college. So your time may vary based upon your prereqs requirements. So like I told you, it's like you go into a college program. So usually with college programs, you have to submit a ACT score, a SAT score. It has to be a certain number. All those things play a part when you're going into any type of college-based program like a TCC and associate degree and beyond. Now, with a TCC, you also have to complete internships, and you will have to take classes that are based upon child development, psychology, sociology, all those types of courses that you will probably need to take before you go ahead and take the program courses. So just like for any college program, let's just say you typed in University of Arizona, okay? And you'll go to academics, choose your major, and boom, it has a list of the courses, the curriculum that you'll need to take. Now, most of the times, depending on your school, it'll cover like the early childhood, the program classes. So what I mean by that, let's just say if you are majoring in early childhood education from K through 5, they will probably focus on the classes. Like, okay, so in Georgia, we have blocks. So we have block 1, block 2, block 3, and then we have our internship. So with those classes, that's when you have met all the requirements of prereqs, such as taking your Math 101 classes. If you did not have a high score for your ACT and your is the ACT or SAT? I'm gonna call it the SAT exam. So it's the same thing with a TCC. Now, I also want to tell you guys this all varies based upon your state. I don't know what your state program requires or what program that you enter. Every college, university is different. Okay, so you want to make sure that you read up on your requirements for each program. So with a CDA, you do not have to take coursework. You do not have to take college coursework like you would for a TCC. So what I mean by that, depending on your CDA program, I also want to state that as well. Depending on the CDA program that you are enrolling to, you may have to submit assignments. Now, for me, I did my CDA training online. It was 100% self-paced. I went through Pro Solutions training, so I didn't have to go into a lecture. I didn't have to do none of that. I didn't have to submit any coursework. I didn't have to do none of those things. I have had a lot of emails before that. Some of you guys took, you know, an actual lecture-based class where you had to meet virtually online, and there was an instructor that is talking to you like I am right now. So I did not have to experience that. It was self-paced. Only thing I had to do was read the slides and go to the next one and all that. Now, I also want to say this. If you have less than 3 years of reliable experience in the early childhood industry, I recommend you to find a lecture-based program for your CDA. Okay, so where they're talking to you just like with the way I am now, or you have to go there to a class. It's like a TCC program. It's like a college-based class. Like you have to go in there in person, and you know, things like that. So that's what I want to also mention. I have had coworkers who went and seek their TCC. They had to go to class at a certain time period that they had to register before enrollment. So yeah, so I also want to state that. Now, another thing that I would like to state is, if you are one of those people, you learn better with a video, I recommend you to find a program that has lectures. So whether it's a TCC program like in person, or find a CDA program that has that. So I just wanted to state that again. All right, so let's go ahead and cover the length of time of receiving a TCC or a CDA. Pronounce a TCC like makes my mouth know. Okay, so with a TCC, it will probably take you at least 2 years to complete. Okay, it's kind of like you're going for a associate's degree, but not really. Okay, it's like an entry level of certification. Now with a CDA, you can have your credential less than a year, like I mentioned before. So if you are just starting out and you want to make more than the minimum range of pay, let's just say if you have 4 months of experience, okay? You have a high school diploma, and you're like, well, I don't know if I'm going to be in this industry for too long, or I want to be here for a little bit, or I don't mind renewing my certification every 3 years, okay? Then go ahead and seek your CDA. If you know that you would like to transfer your classes, that's another perk of a TCC, is that you can transfer your credit hours to a associate's program or a bachelor's education program, okay? A CDA, you cannot transfer those classes. Now, I also want to add, it may depend, okay? I just want to state that. I don't know about your program that you went to, but 9 times 10, it does not transfer for a associate's and bachelor's program, okay? I just want to clarify that. Maybe your state maybe have a different program where you can transfer those credits, but not really. Okay, so I just want to let you guys be aware of that. Okay, with the TCC, you can. So if you know one day you would like to earn your bachelor's degree within the next 44 years, while you go ahead and get your experience up, go ahead and get your TCC. Okay, and I know a lot of you are probably looking at this video like, don't you have a lot of CDA products? Absolutely. But guess what? I want you guys to know what are your long-term goals are. Yes, go ahead and get your CDA. If you're just starting out, you got 4 months. Let's just say if the bare pay for your job range is from $12 to $15 an hour, and if you get your CDA, you get $14 an hour. If you know that it'll take at least 3 to 4 years to receive your bachelor's degree, go ahead and get your CDA now. Go ahead and get that. Like I told you, it takes less than a year. Okay, go ahead and get that so you can make that $14 an hour. Then after you receive your CDA credential, go ahead and enroll inside a bachelor's or associate's degree program. Go ahead and get those classes up. Make sure your ACT scores are up. So while you go ahead and get your CDA, go ahead and start studying for the ACT or the SAT exam. We'll call it the SAT exam. And we could go ahead and build up on that. So that's what I recommend, okay? I just want to clarify that, okay? All right, so next tip. All right, so last but not least, I want to explain the requirements to receive a CDA a little bit more. But if you would like to know more details that I may be leaving out of this video, make sure you go ahead and download my free Steps of Earning Your CDA ebook on my website. It was 100% free, and it looks just like this. Like, I go through everything. I also have an old video about it, but it's not like updated, but it looks just like this. Go ahead and download this free ebook so you can know all of the requirements of earning your CDA in the steps. So the requirements are not too much, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a brief summary of it. So number one, you do need to have at least a high school diploma or GED. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and state that. Okay, now you will need to at least have 480 hours of classroom experience with the age group you are seeking to get your credential. If you're trying to get your credential in preschool, go ahead and have at least 3 months of full-time experience. Now you're probably like, how are you getting this number? Girl, in the ebook, I have it broken down. I literally divided it up for you all. I don't know if you guys see that, but I divided it up. So 480 divided by 8 hours a day. So usually 9 hours a day because you have an hour break. So go ahead and factor that in. Equals 60 working days. Okay. All right. So 60 divided by 20, because usually we're working 5 days out of the week, times 4 weeks equals 20. Okay. Get y'all calculators out. Equals 3 months. I'm about to say 30 months. 3 months. Okay? That's 3 months of full-time experience. Full-time experience so you could go ahead and get your CDA credential. I'm pretty sure y'all can do that, okay? All right. Now, like I told you, there's some more steps into this, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and briefly, of course, you need to buy your CDA book. You will also need to work at a preschool that has at least 10 children enrolled at a center and at least 2 working teachers at all times, so at a regular basis. So if you only have 1 teacher at a center, you probably need to go to a center where they have at least 2 teachers that are working. So I also want to clarify that as well. So I broke it down for the preschool candidates and the infant toddler candidates. It's the same thing as well. So I also added that on there, okay? You must be employed at a child care setting to receive a CDA credential. And also you will need to have your high school diploma, and you also need to have literacy skills and Pretty much that's it. And you will need to enroll. So you will also need to enroll in a CDA training course. So that course can range from $250 to $450. Depending on your state, they may pay for your CDA training. I don't know about Georgia, but for the time that when I was enrolled, that was like 2020, they did not cover that unless you are a bilingual candidate. I'm not bilingual at all, so I did not qualify for that credential scholarship. Now, if you live in Georgia, they do pay for your assessment fee. Your assessment fee is $425, okay? All right, now, like I told you, we work in childcare, okay? So we're probably not making a lot, and that is a lot of money, okay? So go ahead and apply for that program. Check to see if your state offers it. So look at your state early learning and care department. Go ahead and type in, if you live in Nebraska, type in Nebraska early learning department. It may be a different name for childcare, and go ahead and look that up. Also, ask your director, ask your childcare owners, and see if there's something that is available, or if they offer that as a benefit. Okay, so make sure you ask those questions. There's more steps into it, but for the other steps, it's pretty much like signing up, purchasing your book, getting your CDA portfolio, all of that stuff done. And yeah, so it's pretty simple. Like I told you, that this ebook is 100% free. You could go ahead and download it today or anytime that you feel like. But yeah, so it's 100% free. So I also want to go ahead and touch on this last topic. Now, you're probably wondering if a CDA is nationally accepted. It is, okay? So you can go anywhere in the world. You can go to Dubai, and you could go ahead and work at a preschool center. They call it a nursery there, but you can use that credential over there. Now, with a TCC, I'm going to be honest, I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so I'm not going to act like I know everything about a TCC, but I'm pretty sure it is, because it is like any type of educational diploma, like a associate's degree or something like that. So I'm pretty sure that you could also use that credential across the globe as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that this video was helpful, and hopefully it helped you decide which route that you would like to go. This is all on you. Like I told you, I was very honest, because I want you guys to seek your options. Okay, if you know that you want something quick and fast, and you just want to make the most out of what you have right now, I recommend getting the CDA first, then go ahead and get your associate's and bachelor's degree if that is your goal, or if not. Okay, so that's what I recommend. So it's all upon you. I'm just trying to deliver the message and help you guys be educated on that topic. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.